Hello, everybody. My name is Conor McGilligan. This is my channel. That's Callum Fowler. That is Jimmy the Blade Ramble, Fake Taxi Man. What is going on in your world? Let us know in the comment section below. We're back here.
It's a real taxi.
We can't be talking about the predictions because it's FA Cup weekend. So instead, we're going to be talking about the relegation picture, the chaos in the Premier League. Jim Bob, Dyche sacked. What are your thoughts, mate?
Stone Cold Sean Dyche.
What are your thoughts, mate? Good one?
Good one? No, it's just Forest doing Forest things, isn't it, really?
Yeah.
I think it will make some people nervous.
Is it the fourth manager?
It will be.
Fourth, sorry.
Yeah, I think it'll make some people nervous in and around it, Leeds fans.
Yep. Neutral over here, mate.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, completely neutral. Up the Mackhams and all that.
They're all right, Leeds.
Yeah, Leeds are only 6 points off Sunderland, aren't they?
They are?
Yeah, are they?
Yeah.
That's what you were saying before, that's all.
UTM. Go on.
No, I think Sean Dyche, I think he's a good manager. I don't know if he's as good as he thinks he is, and I certainly don't think he's a very good fit.
Did you hear what he said last night when he went? It's a good point. It's like, Sean, it's not. That is not a good point at home to Wolves.
They played good last night. Sean Dyche can't run up pitch and score, can he?
They're just a bit of a basket case of a club, I think. And I genuinely think they're going to be third one.
Yeah, I do and all. But they had 20-odd shots last night or something. They had loads and loads.
But it's always going to come on the manager, isn't it?
But should that come on manager? Should he be sacked?
Well,
he's got the highest win percentage. You know, he's got the highest win percentage out of any Nottingham Forest manager since.
He's been there, yeah, but he's been there 2 minutes.
So why are you sacking him?
Why you sack him? Yeah,
because I think it was the result against Leeds and Wolves. I think they needed 3 points in one of those games, and lads, I'll be honest. I mean, Leeds bopped him off the pitch.
Yeah, I think your performance as much as against Leeds that concerned me.
And then I think they had to get something out of that with the predicament they're in as well. Do you know what the problem is as well? We'll get onto him in a little bit. It's West Ham. I think Marinakis is absolutely papping himself at the fact that. And it's the irony of Nuno as well, going in and getting this increased level of performance. But
maybe keep a manager for more than 5 minutes then.
No, I'm not saying it's definitely not. I don't think it's the right method, but it's funny, innit? Because you look at survival and you think, this is where you bring Dyche in.
How sweet for Nuno this must be now at the minute.
I think they'll.
You know what I mean? They are one step away.
They're going to get them, aren't they?
From catching them.
They're
going 12 games to go.
There's a few more they're going to get West Ham. It won't just be Forest. They'll finish in front of a few West Ham.
What I can't help thinking, and maybe this is just pure naivety from me, I don't know if you two agree, I keep having this thought process that how can you get relegated with that team?
Forest?
Yeah, it's just individual quality wise, they've got so much in rotation. I just think to myself, at some point, is there going to be a switch? Is it going to be the right manager coming in and getting the right out of Morgan Gibbs-White, Elliot Anderson,
you think
Hudson
that
Odoi?
Because you are a rival and you're involved in it. But I would say that's the level now. That's the level of quality in the league. And we talked about it previously on Proper Football, but the bar is so high for Premier League talent. Burnley have come up and not really done enough in terms of transfer dealings to strengthen their squad. Leeds, I know what you're saying as a Leeds fan, you'll feel a bit vulnerable, but who else is going to go down then? If it's not for in terms of quality of squad, though, you look at West Ham, look at Spurs are down there at minute, Brighton.
But not to tip me because we don't like him and because he's sat here. But Leeds have got worse squad there.
I've got a name.
Sorry. From West Ham upwards, Leeds have got worse squad.
Yeah.
Comfortably.
Yeah.
But they're playing really good.
It's a team, innit? It's a team, innit? I think it's the team.
Yeah, as much as I don't like him, I think it's tapped into some. Yeah,
of course he has.
Yeah, they do quite well. Forest team is better. But there's, like you're saying, you're completely changing your style of football every 5 games.
Yeah.
Going from one extreme to over, from Ange to Dyche. What?
And then they want different
to Ange to Dyche.
They want different players for different systems as well. It's just
players don't know what
all
date is, do they? Like you're asking so many different things of them.
Can go to chairman and get a change force.
Well, did you see last night on? Did you see last night on it was on TNT. I think it was on TNT.
Yeah.
Did I get one of my really legal streams up? I can't remember.
You might have done.
But down on the pitch, Marinakis was speaking to Murillo. Obviously, Murillo's out, and he's just talking to him. And you think Murillo's going to be back. We know how good Murillo is as well. By the way, top defender. So I wonder if he's
influential.
I wonder if he's just saying to him, "Look, we'll sort this out. Don't worry." You know?
Players, apparently, there's been a few different times at different clubs where players aren't keen on Dyche and what he does because ultimately,
does he beast them?
If Dyche comes into your club, really, and makes you play a certain way, it's because you're not good enough for another style of football. They're thinking, well, this is boring, it's not proper football, we want to play like we did under Ange. Bottom of the league under Ange.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're not good enough to play that style, and they probably think they are.
I think it's an ego game then.
Definitely. So I think as soon as Dyche comes in and he's saying, bypass your midfield, get it up at top, play a bit more direct because you're not good enough to play like this, they'll be thinking, yeah, I am.
So is it a case? Is it a case then of getting a manager who's used to dealing with egos?
You need someone like that, I think.
That's what I mean. And I wonder if then you'd get someone like, because I feel like if that Forest team, I know it sounds ridiculous, but if that Forest team, and look, I know it's not been great with Dyche, but if they all put in 100% effort, I know it sounds daft, but if you've got the 100% effort with that quality, and you believe in a manager. Did they ever believe in Dyche? No. Did they ever fully believe in Sean Dyche?
But did they believe in Angie? He didn't win a single game.
The problem here is the problem that they've had for a long time. And yes, it's improved them in terms of stature and spent the money. Marinakis is the problem here because he's got main character syndrome. You're right in terms of you need a leader to come in and get all this together. He's not going to bring a strong personality.
Marinakis have got him into Europe.
No,
not even going to send them back to mid-table championship just as fast.
He's the one that's going to be the one that's responsible for this, ultimately. If you look at what Nuno's doing in West Ham, you can't tell me with a bit more longevity Nuno could have rectified the issues at Forest.
And I think as well with West Ham...
It were an ego call from Marinakis.
He's too involved.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, he is too involved. It's European though, isn't it? It's European. It's kind of...
Yeah, he's got a lot of money, but give the money to someone who knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
He don't know what crack is.
Absolutely right.
Edu, they reckon Edu's come in and it's just they spent about 180 million, didn't they?
It's crazy. Boatload since they've come up anyway.
Yeah. So I mean,
look how Arsenal done since he left.
Yeah, that's true. And then moving on to West Ham,
they're playing cracking stuff.
So we said, didn't we? We said, look, they're going to have to get above 2 points per game. Well, that's what they're doing. Last 6 games, they are flying at the minute. West Ham. I mean, I watched, obviously, Leeds played Chelsea and we were so fortunate as to get anything in that game. But I thought when West Ham played Chelsea, West Ham in that first half battered Chelsea. And Chelsea didn't have a full team on. I think, Hato was playing. I think they had a couple of rotations in there as well.
Yeah.
But ultimately, West Ham right now going away to Burnley, beating Sunderland, beating Spurs, narrowly losing to Chelsea, drawing to an informed Man United side.
4 in a row,
It's not a bad fixture list as well for West Ham.
Well, some people are saying the opposite, you see, but I think maybe it's just the thought process now of the fact that West Ham, it feels now, can go up against anyone. That's how it feels right now.
Yeah, and it's same with Championship. We're talking a difficult place to go. Everywhere's difficult, but in the context of when you're playing these teams and what they've got to play for, they've got Bournemouth at home next. Bournemouth are a good team, we know that, but they are safe enough away from the relegation zone to not chuck everything at it and go absolutely 110% because they don't need it desperately. It's a good time to go to Anfield. It's always going to be a very difficult place to go. Nobody would be surprised if Liverpool turn them over, but it's still a good time to go to Anfield.
Can you nick a point? Can you nick a point? That's what it is.
Fulham, tough place again, but again, not really sucked into the relegation battle. I think the way things are mapping out for West Ham, they're going to be, like Cal says, they're going to be well clear from the end of the season.
Finish in front of a few of these teams. I'm not as convinced on Leeds, but I think they'll finish in front of Forest. I'd go a bit further. I think they'll be in and around with Palace and that.
Yeah, maybe. I agree.
It's incredible.
They might finish, and they might finish above Leeds, but I don't think Leeds are in any danger.
I agree with that. Honestly, Tottenham. I didn't talk about Wolves and Burnley first.
Yeah.
Wolves have gone anywhere.
Yeah, it was bizarre, wasn't it? I guess Burnley
wins crazy.
They hadn't given themselves a chance.
No way.
No, I don't think so. I think West Ham did. West Ham. Yeah, you're more looking at West Ham. You need to look at Forest.
I know, but it's not only Forest that they've got to get in front of. Who are 9 points off them. It's the next place, and Tottenham obviously once West Ham come clear.
Yeah.
They're not going to do it, are they? But it's just a weird result that I don't think many people saw coming, particularly after the way it went.
They scored 3 in a short amount of time as well.
That's probably more goals than they've scored in the last 12.
Yeah.
But anybody else in the division other than Wolves, you'd be saying, oh, maybe that can give them a kick.
They've got more goals than Forest.
Yeah, they have, yeah.
Have they?
What? Yeah, they've got 3 more goals than them.
Yeah.
Forest is second lowest scorers in the division.
I'm not one for this Forest squad like Con's
the 9s are
about.
rubbish.
This is the problem as well, because I think with Dyche,
it's big money signings. I don't think it's necessarily good.
Well, it's like even the planning of it. It's like, so you saw Callum Wendo go out. I think he's at Frankfurt now, isn't he? He's gone to Frankfurt, and it was so funny stylistically because he's like 5'8".
Yeah.
Dyche comes in, he goes, and then they get this Lorenzo Luca in who's 6'7", clearly a Dyche player, spam balls into the box, and then Dyche gets sacked. And it's like, that's clearly a game plan. to get
that they want to work around and build around.
And win those second balls off him, and then they sack him. So are they even going to play with Lorenzo Luca anymore? Or is it going to be a Igor Jesus? I mean, they all started cheering when Jesus came on, and that's a brand new player in Lorenzo Luca who's just come in.
Yeah.
So
but that Igor Jesus is crap and all.
Yeah, he's not great. He's not great.
They're banging trouble, these.
They are.
He had a good game against Brentford, didn't he? I think he scored. But I think I agree with you both on West Ham. I think West Ham are getting out of this.
Where do you think it goes up to?
I think genuinely it goes up to Palace.
I agree.
Yeah, I do.
I think it goes up to Palace.
I'm still not convinced on Palace.
I think
Palace could easily finish 17th here.
And Palace
could finish 18th.
And by the way, Palace have still got Europe.
Yeah, but that Forest as well. That's what's going to kill Forest.
And if you look at Marinakis, is Marinakis going to go into this a European game against Fenerbahce, two-legged, where he's really on the precipice of, if they get through this game, they're probably going to win it, and then you're in the Champions League.
In the Championship.
But do you know what I mean? So Marinakis is not going to hold that. So then you've got to get him.
But he's so involved. We won't speak about any other owner like this.
No.
Do you know what I mean? You don't sit there and say,
49ers
are this, and that.
You don't want him to be that involved.
No, you don't. He's a clown.
Yeah, you don't want him to be that involved. But yeah, I mean, touching on, like I say, Palace. I mean, anyway, Strand Larsen getting two, classic. But yeah, no, I think when you look at their fixtures, I think they've got Wolves up next at home. But then you look at Wolves up next up. If Wolves can come and just stink the gaff out again, Palace could be absolutely banging trouble again.
The results, the won once, which were against Brighton, by the way, so it's always got that extra added bit to it anyway.
I thought they were good.
Yeah, but I did. To be fair, I did. But the form prior to that is absolutely awful.
Thing about
Europe.
It is, yeah. Thing about Palace as well. Like you said, Wolves could come and do another part of the bus job, but they're playing teams. Going to Man United is awful.
It's in the games
at the moment. Yeah, this is what I mean.
The next few are very important.
Like they have to get through. They have to get through Wolves.
The problem is they could. These are 6 pointers now against Leeds, against West Ham,
against
Tottenham as well.
Yeah,
and they will all see Palace as the team to beat as well. So it's bad news. When you contrast that against West Ham's games, who've got mid-table teams who are doing okay. Not in normal circumstances, you'd think Palace have got easier set of games. They haven't.
I can't believe the last
just so what's
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The last 8 games: City away, Newcastle at home, West Ham at home, Liverpool away, Bournemouth away, Everton at home. By the way, Everton, who were like one of the form sides away from home this season. Yeah. Brentford away, Arsenal at home.
Arsenal to win league against Sean last day.
I mean, I guess when you look at it, I mean, what point tally are they on? So they're on 32. I kind of wanted to get to that at the end of the show, but I guess how many wins are you looking at?
Forest are 5 behind it. I think that's the best way. I think we both think that West Ham will get in and around it.
Yeah.
Are Forest going to pull 5 points back on Palace?
On Palace as well. It's not
just
like
dependent on who they get, innit? Dependent on who they get as manager. I think Pereira might do all right. I don't think Pereira's a bad appointment. Just I think ego management might be all right. Do you remember at the back end of Wolves last season when he plucked up 5 wins out of 7 without Cunha?
Yeah.
That might save them. Just I'm not sure. But then I mean, I guess you got to have do you want to have obviously you two can talk a little bit more about it because I've had my say on it. But do you want to have a little bit more of a chat on Leeds?
I hope they go down.
I know, but
they're not going to.
26 points. 26 points. 26 games, 30 points. If you'd have said to me as a Leeds fan, mid-Feb, you'll be 15th with 30 points.
I tell you what, I was under the impression that Leeds had done enough in terms of the form, the momentum. We were just saying before we came on, is it you've lost 2 in 16 games? Is it? It feels like you've gone for ages in decent form.
Got about 400 draws.
You always think like
drawing
Leeds,
on together.
Leeds are doing well, and nobody wants to play Leeds now, but there's only 6 points in it.
Yeah. That's what I mean.
And you're only 3 points in front of Forest, and we're saying it'll go down.
Games.
Yeah. So, whilst I still think you'll be all right, I think you're going to have enough because I think Farke's doing a really good job, and players like Bogle, who I've got to eat humble pie on because he's been fantastic. I think you've got enough, and I think Ellen Road is your trump card. Yeah. And I think that is, will see you all right.
It's same points, I think, that if you win your home games, which you will, probably. If you win 3 home games, you're probably fine. With odd draw that you'll get away.
Yeah.
You'll be great.
You'd fancy to beat, you've got a few of them coming up as well, haven't you? You fancy
You'll
to beat
Burnley.
Sunderland, Burnley.
Wolves.
Burnley will already be down by then, you would have thought.
I think we might nick, because Brentford's under the Leeds. So that's a Saturday one. Wolves could be tricky, but I think we might nick it 1-0. I think there's a lot.
Beat Wolves,
but they'll be tight. And then last game of the season, you got Brighton, which could be massive. So I think there's maybe 2 or 3 home wins in there, which should see Leeds to about 30. The thing is,
I reckon you finished about 42, 43.
I think that's what people are saying, but I think the points tally could be high. I
think
it
won't be that high.
No, it won't. Forest are not getting another 15 points this season.
No way.
I think it could be 40.
It won't be Forest getting 40.
No, it won't. That's 13 points they've got to get out of next, 12 games?
I'm not feeling that.
Do you want to should we have a little chat about Brighton?
No.
They're annoying me. I think they'll definitely be fine, but they are annoying me because they should be a lot higher.
So you're talking about Palace potentially being vulnerable, but you're not having... I mean, I look at them games.
I've talked to you about Brighton as well. I think they're declining as a Premier League power. And you laughed at me.
No, I disagree though. I think the manager's crap.
Herzler, they've won 1 in 13.
Honestly, and we've said this before, you look at Brighton and think, oh, tactically, these are exciting.
Year on year.
As well.
Yeah.
Year on year, Brighton have improved and improved and improved. And obviously they always sell at end. So sometimes they'll have a lesser season than one before, but they're still... You always fancy them as like a top 10 or 12 Premier League club at least. I think they're on decline. I think they need to make some big changes because other teams are out doing them. And then you look at things like Newcastle, I think, have been poor recently. But they've got that much finance behind them now that they will still be a Premier League team for years and years to come. Everton with Moyes in there, Brentford with model that they've got. Yeah. They've all surpassed them in terms of, obviously, a lot have been bigger clubs for a long time, but I don't think Brighton are quite at the same level as they have been in years gone by, and I think they have to address it and stop the rot.
They're not in this conversation, though.
They're not in relegation. Not this season. This season. I worry for them next year if not much changes, because I think they're on that downward spiral.
Spurs?
I'm going to say it leaves us with Spurs, doesn't it? I don't know, Jip, honestly.
Honestly, right, there is...
I don't think they'll be allowed to relegate.
You cannot say a team is ever too big to go down, but I'm going to say it anyway. Too big. They will get out of it. Their big players will come up when needed, in my opinion.
Man City have gone down before Chelsea. You know what I mean? It's in Premier League era.
Chelsea went down in Premier League era?
90s, they were in Championship for a bit, weren't they?
Nah.
80s, they were in
Championship. Yeah, 80s, yeah. They've never been down from the Prem.
Man City weren't the powerhouse when they were in League
I think how I look at it is Tottenham's remaining games, I see them maybe getting something against us.
But you can't look at them at home and think that's a positive.
No, you can't. It all depends on next move, doesn't it? Next manager going in.
But this is why I keep going on about the points tally, because I can still see a lot of these teams.
And they've got Champions League still.
They have, yeah. Still see a lot of these teams winning like a couple of games.
Who's favourite for Tottenham job?
De Zerbi.
Not sure.
He's a basket case and all.
I'm surprised he'd want it now. I think if I'm De Zerbi, I'm doing sort of an hammering. Saying I want it in the summer.
McKenna going in there.
Yeah, maybe.
There's a couple on radio this morning already have shouted for McKenna. I don't think they go for
that. De Zerbi looks nailed on.
They'll go for a more established name, won't they?
They might stick with interim till end. Maybe, but you're not in a position to do it.
So what's your points then? How much do you think keeps you up this season?
How much do I think keeps you up this season?
Do you think it's going to be do you think it's going to be the biggest in a long time?
That's a question of how many points can Nottingham Forest get to, in my opinion. And I think they'll
very
get
late
to
30s.
37, 38.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
Which will be the highest in years, won't it? In a long time, I think.
Yeah, but I think from your perspective, I think you'll finish on 42, 43. I think
yeah, so you need 3 more wins or 2 wins, 2 draws.
Couple of draws.
Are you at rest a bit now?
I'm not. I won't be till the end of the season. There won't be till no, not for us. This can never be as Leeds. We're record breakers. But I do look at it and I think to myself, I think 40. I think it's going to be 40 points.
No.
I think it's going to be quite high.
I don't think they'll get 30 points.
Depends
13
on.
points. Oh, it's just got.
Oh, do the outro then.
Oh, just keep it going now.
Yeah, go on.
So who's going down, Jim?
Jimmy, do the outro, go on.
Well.
Why have you gone all shy all of a sudden?
I'd just like to take this opportunity to say subscribe to Blades Ramble.
Okay. My God. Thanks for being on, guys. Like, comment, and subscribe. Our cameras have run out. Bye.